What is good, folks? It's all things country here, and been a little while since we did some prospecting, and the reason for that, you can see, I mean, things are booming around here. The leaves are starting to come out, the grass is starting to grow, unfortunately, which means I'm going to have to cut it. But the weather has been absolutely atrocious. It's been pouring rain here like crazy. I haven't been able to get out. Unfortunately, on top of that as well, I managed to stick a knife into my leg. Long story, but I ended up looking stupid in the end.
Knives are no joke. Stay safe, folks.
The reason that bad things happen to you is because you're a dumbass.
But anyways, yeah, so I've got a little bit of a hitch in my get along, but no big deal. We're going to head out and we're going to do a bit of prospecting. A lot of you made the comment when I went to the creek bed doing the clay in my last prospecting video that you thought there was more there. And as I had mentioned then, typically what happens this time of year, sun comes out, it gets warm, it dries that clay, and that stuff is hard as a brick, and you'll never be able to dig into it or process it or get anything out of it. Well, with all of these rains that we've had, it's actually extended the prospecting season at the beginning for flood gold. Unfortunately, it has my favorite spot, which is a gravel bar under 2 feet of water, but that's okay because that can wait. The gold that's there is not going anywhere. But this is going to give us an additional shot at the clay. So that's where we're going there today with our drill and our buckets. And we're going to see if we can beat that 0.22 grams that we got last time, which was an absolutely awesome result. Let's head out.
All right, so we are back on our little channel off of the creek that was artificially created by a farmer. This channel floods during the springtime during high water. And all the gold that comes through gets caught up in this beautiful sticky clay that we process to get that beautiful gold out of there.
What is good, folks? So, just to give you guys some background, this is the second time this year I've been out to this dried out creek bed. Dried out, you can see it's still got water in it, and that's why it's still feasible to try and prospect for some gold in here, because that clay hasn't dried up. Now, that being said, where the gold comes from here, this is not your typical placer gold area. So this channel here goes further down onto my neighbor's land and feeds his farm pond. And what happens is the creek, the elbows of the creek is right up behind you guys, and the neighboring property used to be a gold mine with a trommel along the creek, and there's all kinds of tailings. What happens is during the spring flood, it washes through all those trommel tailings, and a lot of it comes down this channel to feed his pond, and that whatever the old trommel missed, that gets freed up, gets kind of stuck in this inside bend, and that's why it's so lucrative. So we're going to hit this again. I'm going to have to try and do more buckets than I did last time, because I think being that it's been a week or two, the gold is starting to sink down in that clay. We're going to have to get after it. But that being said, my favorite spot, which is downstream that way, is the gravel bar. It's not ready yet with all this rain. It's still 2 feet underwater, but that gold luckily is on bedrock, so it's not going anywhere. And this is a bonus for me, being able to hit this creek. So enough jibber jabbing. Let's start digging. We'll fill the buckets, get the drill out, process the clay, get it home for the sluice. All right, so there you go. That's the material we're after. Looks like somebody's well-used Huggies. That being said, all that clay holds the gold. It's not the stuff that's on top of it that won't sink into it we're after. What we want is the stuff like the heaviers, the gold and the black sand that got embedded in it. So we're going to add half a pail of water to that and agitate it with our power drill, pass it through a classifier, and the stuff that goes through is what we're going to keep and take home for the sluice. Alright, so from here, pretty straightforward stuff. We're just getting some water and filling this bucket up. Not quite to the top. You don't want it to splash all over you whenever you're agitating it. We've got our drill with the paint stirring bit, and we're just going to whip this through. And when you see, you'll see as I do it, that I can actually make it all the way to the bottom of this thing, and that's because it's agitating and stirring everything just like it should. Alright, so with that part done, pretty simple. Slop our little classifier here on the bucket, pour it in. You want to make sure this doesn't sit, because it takes about 5 minutes for a bucket of clay to harden up. There we go. I forgot to take my lid out before I dumped dirt on top of it, but that's alright. We'll rinse that off. And then the fun part, get your hands dirty, mash all that clay through your classifier, and what you have left will be your heavies. So this, as you can see, I'm going to need a little bit more water. We'll do that. Just give me a second. If you guys don't want to get your hands dirty, prospecting may not be the hobby for you. But you get that good and wet and soggy, and again, you're just working those heavies right through those classifier holes, and any of the bigger rocks you find, like these bad boys, rinse them off a little and pitch them. Hey little buddy, you my good gold look? We'll hang out. You and me can have some soft tacos later, buddy. Alright, so with that piece done, what I like to do is give it a good stir and pour off some of this yucky clay water that's going to obscure your cons. And I'll give you guys a show of what we've got left. We have these beautiful, beautiful, as you can see, dark, small cons. A few little small clay balls still stuck together in there, which is fine. We can process those at home. But you can see that stuff doesn't stick together at all, and it's beautiful, beautiful dark material. Awesome. Let's get this home, after we do a few more buckets, of course, and get this sluiced.
Alright folks, so there is our takings from the sluice. I did see a little gold in there when I was processing, not much, but sometimes that V-matting can hide the gold, so hopefully there's more that we didn't see. Got our oil change pan here. Got a good amount of jet dry, because this does have quite a bit of black sands and dark stuff in it, and I anticipate the gold is going to be fine, so let's give her a look. Alright, so there we go. Even though we did more buckets than we did the previous time we hit this clay, we only got 0.2 grams as opposed to the 0.23 we got last time. And that's a product of the gold having sunk down quite a bit in the clay, I think. And also, of course, we hit the best parts of the inside bend last time, not knowing that we were going to get a second crack at this. But that being said, I will take 2.2 all day, every day, any day of the week. I'm super happy with that. The easy gold's starting to dry up. All the flood gold around here literally dry up. We still have the gravel bar to get to, but yeah, for the flood gold, really happy with that point too.
Well, there you have it, folks. Super good day out on the creek. Flies are still driving me absolutely nuts, but there's only another about, maybe another week, unless we get more flood gold extensions, which means more clay and more gold. So either way, I'll take it. But yeah, these flies can bugger off anytime soon. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully the next time I'm out prospecting will be on the gravel bar, but you never know. Like I said, the gold there's not going anywhere. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Cheers, and we'll catch you guys on our next adventure.